Okay, so in this video, I would like to show you just a basic layout of the simulation for the circuits. You will use this one quite a lot, and it's important that you get a little bit familiar before you actually start doing some of the specific activities. So what do we have here? We have a simulation that is allowing us to build circuit. The one thing uh, that's important here is to see that on the left side you have different components that can be connected in a circuit, and you will simply take them out by dragging them out. So this is a basic wire. If I want a battery, then I can just pick my battery. This one doesn't work, but we can go up here. Right, so I'll take my battery and I'm gonna get my wire. I can take my light bulb and I'll take more wires, and if I connect this, it should all work. So you can see the brightness of that light bulb. Now if I click on that battery, you can see that I can actually start changing volts to even higher. We don't want to have more than that. Or you can even flip it, and that would change the polarity. You could see how it changed here. The battery that I actually really want to use should be somewhere lower. Hold on. This one. This is the one we want to really use. The one that we had is on high power. Right? So again, I'll click on it and you can see that I can change the voltage to higher. If I flip this, I change the polarity of it. So that's one important thing. On the right side, we have show off the current. You could have just conventional clicked. You have labels and you have values if you want the values of those elements of the circuit. Okay. The other important things here is under the advanced, we have wire resistivity. We're going to keep it tiny, so we are kind of working most of the cases with ideal. Sometimes you might be asked to increase wire resistivity, and you will do it just by sliding. But generally, keep it on tiny. If you click here at real light bulbs, then we have something that is real light bulb. You can use that. In some activities you will be specifically asked to use them. So make sure that you click them on here. Okay. Now the other important thing to know how to do is to actually use these meters here. So this is amp meter and this is voltmeter. So you can take them simply just by dragging. And I can have multiple. So I want to measure, for example, voltage on the battery. So I'm gonna connect here and I'm gonna connect, and it's gonna give me precise value. I would like to measure voltage on a light bulb at the same time, and I'll get the precise value. So you can drag as many as you want, and if you don't like them anymore, I think you kind of drag them back in here and they'll go back. As far as amp meter, you have to connect it in series, and there will be an instruction on that. But to disconnect, you click here and you click on cut. And if I want to connect something in series, then I will connect that amp meter. If I would want to measure it in this part of the circuit, I have to again disconnect. I'll take another one and it's going to tell me what it is. Okay, so that's the basic use of these devices. Okay. So I'm going to disconnect them and I'm going to just show you how to build a basic circuit in series or in parallel. So let's just use 2 light bulbs. So I'm going to use light bulb. You could use also a resistor instead of light bulb. Remember that the light bulb is really just, for our purposes, a resistor. So if I want to build a simple circuit of these light bulbs in series, what I may do is I'll take my battery. I am looking for actually a switch, so I'm going to put switch here. Now I'm going to place my 2 light bulbs, connect them, connect here, and then I'm going to need 1 more wire, and then I'm going to connect it. If I want to turn it on, I'll click, and there we go. Again, by switching on each of these light bulbs, I'm able to change the resistance of these light bulbs. If I switch it here again, I can change that resistance to whatever value it would be. Okay, so now let's look at this how to, I want to open it, so I disconnect it. Now I would like to connect these light bulbs in parallel. So what I need to do is, and remember this, if I'm connecting something in parallel, I have to kind of create a junction, right? So if I have 1 light bulb, 2nd light bulb, okay, so that means I might need to connect these 2 here through a junction, okay, and then I also may need to connect them through a junction here. Right, so it's always good to set it up visually to make sure that these things, so here's my junction, here's my junction. So in a parallel circuit, and you will learn about it, is you have to create junction where these go into different kind of pathways. Okay, I'll connect it, and if I want to, I could again measure the voltage on this junction, this one if I need to, or in this light bulb. Right? So when you measure voltage, you measure voltage on everything that is connected in between these 2 points. So in this case, you're measuring just this light bulb. Okay, so that's it. Again, you can look at different parts and elements here. Remember about where to measure and this advanced section.